watching New Vision TV News around Uganda with me, Rathina Seje. Here we look at stories making news across the country. Started from Amuru-Nwoya district, where heavy rains in northern Uganda have left some roads in the districts of Amuru-Nwoya impassable. According to the leaders, many roads are muddy, slippery, with deep potholes and have made service delivery difficult. Let's take a look at the story. Some of the Maram roads in the districts of Amuru and Nwoya district have become impassable due to the heavy rains. The leaders are complaining that this is affecting service delivery across the districts. The roads have become too muddy, slippery, with deep potholes, leaving travelers stranded for many hours. The Nwoya district Vice LC5 chairperson Betty Chibotwa explains that vehicles without four-wheel drive cannot use these roads.
On a motorcycle, you may not reach where you want to go, and even if you have a vehicle without the without the four-wheel drive, you may not also make it.
Although she insists that some roads, especially the one from Alero to Gulu, is fairly passable, she hopes the situation can be sorted. While the former Amuru District LC5 chairperson Ojera Christopher, all feeder roads, access roads, and even the central government roads are impassable. What is worrying is, even if you see what is happening in these videos, the four-wheel vehicles and long-distance trucks carrying merchandise and agricultural produce are getting stuck, veering from side of the road to another or getting submerged in the deep potholes. The MP Clark South Gilbert Oloya claims that these roads, which are supposed to be maintained by the Uganda National Roads Authority, are poorly graded. He insists that corruption should not derail service provision by the Uganda National Roads Authority. Still in northern Uganda, the government of Uganda, with the support from KfW, a government development bank, is set to invest billions of shillings to help rural farmers in northern Uganda access markets. The 28 million euros Rural Development and Food Security in Northern Uganda project will be implemented in selected districts in the 3 sub-regions of Teso, Lango and Acholi, effective next financial year. On Friday, a team from the Ministry of Local Government, the Ministry of Works and Transport, and KfW met district leaders from the beneficiary districts in Lira to harmonize the program implementation. Let's take a look. Balamasimwe Mijuche, the Assistant Commissioner of Finance and Planning in the Ministry of Local Government, say their own appraisal mission for the project. He said the project is aimed at improving the livelihood of the communities, especially the farming households, to market and produce enough that can earn them income.
It's a project aiming at improving the livelihoods of the communities, especially the farming households, to market and produce enough that can earn them incomes. So this project is designed to facilitate evacuation and marketing of the produce so that people can have money, can have improved nutrition.
The project is funded by KfW Government Development Bank to a tune of 28 million euros, which is about 113,000.8 billion shillings. Isaac Tibita from the Ministry of Works and Transport, who is coordinating the project, say they have been on for the last 2 years, starting with the concept and feasibility study. He said the project will be managed by the Ministry of Local Government in collaboration with district local governments and the Ministry of Works and Transport. The 5-year project is expected to kick off in the next financial year, beginning July.
The project is expected to take about 5 years, and we expect it to kick off in the next financial year, beginning with July 2020, financial year 2021.
Vincent Otaka, Lira District Secretary of Production and Marketing, who represented the district chairperson, commended the government and development partners for improving the districts in the initial phase of the project, unlike in the past where projects were just imposed on the districts. He said the project is targeting a very important sector, agriculture, which is very important to the livelihoods of the local people.
This is first project of very many projects which have been coming in Beira district. But I want to recognize yours in a special way because most of the projects which are being implemented in Beira district here, we just see them coming from the central government direct going to the sub-counties for implementation without involving us, the district leaders, the way you have done it. I want to say that we are very, very grateful.
Following the long insurgency in northern Uganda, the livelihood of the people was disrupted, and government, through many interventions, have tried to bring the region to the same level with other regions with help from development partners. Yes, still watching New Vision TV News with me, Ruth Inaseje. We take a break as we look at what is making news in today's copy of the New Vision. Now, for those who cannot access the hard copy of the New Vision, the link is on your screen. All you have to do is to subscribe to our e-paper and access all the products published by Vision Group. Yes, still watching New Vision TV News around Uganda with me, Ruth Inaseje. We continue looking at more stories making news across the country. Now, from the capital, Kampala, the Chief of Defense Forces, General David Muhoozi, has launched a countrywide documentation of the Reserve Force in a bid to build the UPDF Reserve Forces into a fully fledged service of the Defense Forces. This, according to the Army, will enhance reservists' capability in the maintenance of peace and stability in the country. Muhoozi, speaking at the launch of the exercise at Silver Springs in Bugolobi, Kampala, saluted the auxiliary forces for always offering service delivery for the security in Uganda. Closing off news around Uganda is a story from Kitgum district, where Simsim farmers are worried that this year's harvest will be low due to the prolonged rains in the region. The farmers foresee a potential food crisis in 2020 because bees do not come out of their hives to cross-pollinate the flowering Simsim in the wet and cold season. Take a look.
With Simsim, no. Because there's been too much rain, and too much rain is not good for Simsim, even right from the pollination aspect of it.
Alfred Apenya, a farmer, explains that the bees, which are natural pollinators, do not come out of their hives due to heavy rains to pollinate the flowering simsim.
You know, we rely mainly on natural pollination like the bees. And by this time you would be seeing bees moving around, but now you don't see any. It is too cold for them, they remain in their hives. That means nothing is taking place. So the simsim is getting to waste.
Benson Mwaka, a farmer who had a ton of simsim harvest last year, is worried that this year his efforts will yield losses, even after planting twice as much.
My biggest worry now is just we have received a lot of rain which has really affected the crops. So I'm expecting a loss actually, because we expected this year to have a lot of simsim growing, or like tons of simsim coming from the northern part of Uganda. But in Kitgum, especially as the biggest growing community, we are doing really very bad because the rain came late, and we thought maybe by planting we would get something massive from, but it's really working as bad.
In the same vein and thought is the Kitgum RDC William Komakech, who advises farmers to adapt and change their mentality and reliability on the weather.
First of all, I don't understand why the harvest should be low, because when you look at the production, people have opened so much land compared to last farming season. And I expect a bumper harvest, more than what was got last year. The issue of the rain, it is manageable. You know, we must work on our mentality, you know, where you live, the nature to define everything for you. You know, there are many things at play.
And that's all I had for you this morning. Thank you for watching. Be sure to catch my news updates and other programs here on New Vision TV by visiting our website, which is newvision.co.ug/video. You can also follow us on social media. Facebook is The New Vision, Twitter is @NewVisionWire, Instagram is @NewVisionWire, and our YouTube channel is New Vision TV. Catch up with me on my Twitter handle. I am Ruth, The Voice. Thank you for watching.